Right
How'd
now.
you do this week?
I overall.
No, just here on these videos.
2-2. I went 2-2.
That's not bad. 50%.
Yeah.
So that brings you down to what?
I'm 16-9, 64% overall.
I still think that's really good.
It is good. I mean, I'm trending in the wrong direction, but trending is bullshit. I mean, honestly, like it just is what it is. You know, each week there's a momentum. You know,
If there was a trend, the New Orleans Saints wouldn't have won tonight.
Right, they would not have won.
Trending really mattered.
No, because the Eagles have lost 3 in a row too. Trending is just a way of making sense of data, reading something into the data that doesn't necessarily exist. Okay,
which is kind of what we do in fantasy football.
Well, that's when we go astray, is when we try to make an explanation to explain, you know, a set of data rather than look for the causes, not the trends. So.
All right. So this week, we're looking at Buffalo getting 11 at New England.
Yeah, I mean, New England just totally worked them at home. They scored 52, and it wasn't even close. And so what's changed? And why would Buffalo be any better? Well, their offensive line is a little bit healthier. I think C.J. Spiller's going to get the ball more, which is good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they're going to give him the ball more because I think even Ryan Fitzpatrick was like, you know, why aren't we giving this guy the ball? Every time he touches it, he gets like 7 yards of carry, and he catches the ball out of the backfield. And secondly, you know, this week was an absolute bloodbath for the sports books. All the favorites covered, the road favorites, the Ravens, the Bears, the Lions, they all covered. And the bookies seriously had to go back and ask for more money from their corporate bosses because they got so cleaned out. And that almost never happens this big, maybe over a 2-week span, but not 1 week. All the suckers won. And I kind of think it's good time to back the teams that the suckers are going to keep rolling with it, with the Patriots, who blew them out last time. And I just think it's time to go buy the Buffalo Bills. And I don't like it, but let's go and buy the crappy team.
Because, see, I actually have New England available still because I didn't take
this isn't Survivor. This is
yeah, that's right. But still.
I mean, look.
You think they're going to win, but just by not.
I think New England's going to win. I could see Buffalo winning, but I mean, we'll talk about Survivor separately.
Yeah, but
forget about that. I'm saying plus 11. I like Buffalo as one of my picks.
All right. Very interesting. Giants -4 at Cincy.
You know, I'm a Giants fan,
yeah,
and they barely lost against Pittsburgh, but they really got their ass kicked. I mean, they got a lucky return, you know, on a questionable fumble call that there was probably a block in the back also, counted as a touchdown. I wasn't complaining. Great call, right? Mm-hmm. But they really shouldn't have won. They really shouldn't even been that close. Obviously, they didn't cover. They were favored at home against Pittsburgh. Cincinnati's garbage. I mean, I had them last week against Denver, and they kind of were in it for a while and just fell apart. But the Giants are not a good favorite. They're pretty good on the road, but they're not a good favorite. I was going to
say, you did last week, you did say that the Giants at home are just like, meh.
They're nothing special at home.
Yeah.
They get to go on the road, and they're actually like, for a road team, they're good. For a home team, they're not good. But they don't play well as a favorite. And I just think, you know, they've had all these collapses in the second half year after year under Tom Coughlin. I don't know that that's necessarily going to happen. But I don't like laying 4 on the road against Cincy. I would like, you know, maybe they win by 3. I don't think they run away with this game. I think it's going to be a tough game for them. They're not playing that well right now. And you just don't lay 4 on the road against anything but the total doormat. And so I like Cincy in this game.
Yeah, I think Eli scored 3 points in my fantasy league.
He had a bad game. And it wasn't just the number. I mean, Pittsburgh has the #1 pass defense in the NFL. But Eli's had 3 poor games in a row. He didn't play well against the Redskins. He had the 1 game-winning pass, which was 1 nice throw to Victor Cruz.
Right.
He didn't play well against Dallas. They had a lot of defensive touchdowns and, you know, a lot of defensive plays that set them up. And even against San Francisco, he didn't do much. I mean, their defense basically won that game for them in San Francisco. So
those are all really good defenses.
Yeah, they're good defenses, and Cincy's a much worse team. I think Eli will have a decent game, but I think Cincinnati's going to move the ball against the Giants also. Take Cincy.
All right, Cincy, Buffalo, and Denver -4 at Carolina.
I like Carolina.
Really?
I went against Denver last week, and they didn't get it, and Cincy didn't get it done. Although when Peyton Manning threw that pick, I was like, oh, we got it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't see what happened, but obviously it didn't work out well. Carolina is a little underrated. They beat Washington, which surprised me. I was wrong about that last week. Mm-hmm. I think their defense is playing a lot better. I mean, I know RG3 has no receivers, but they really shut down the Redskins. They almost beat Chicago in Chicago the week before. They should have. And I think this is, you know, I just don't think, I think Denver's very good, but I just don't think going into Carolina and laying points is going to be easy. So give me the Panthers and the points.
All right, week 10
in
the books. This is RotoWire TV.